Madden holiday is here and we will play all night. Calling sick and sound sincere, in tackles will delight. The fridge is packed with drink and meat, the taste of victory sure is sweet.
Well, it was another rough week, and I don't just mean because of the football picks. My direct deposit paycheck got delayed, so that made my bill payments a tiny bit longer than usual. They weren't late, but again, it was just a little slow, so it was touch and go there. And then on Saturday, I got a message that my phone battery was about to enter obsolescence, and thus I wound up spending most of Monday getting an upgrade, so that took most of the focus there. And of course, because one of the games I covered, Houston and Seattle, was the late night game on Monday, that basically means all of this was being written before I knew the results of said game. So, like I said, I was writing from the idea of either having a losing record with 2 or 4, or going just 3-3 again. It was the latter there, thankfully. As I was writing this, the Lions had just gone up 14-0, in case you were wondering. Overall, I'm kind of okay with the fact that I missed on the Steelers-Bengals game and the Louisville-Miami game. I mean, I always love a good upset. Those were entertaining. The only one that really disappointed me was the USC-Notre Dame game. I just thought USC looked really flat in that. They had a couple drives where they moved the ball well, and then they just kind of fell apart. I don't know how much of that was good defense by the Irish, but again, the Trojans were playing very uninspired. In the bigger picture of things, Florida fired Billy Napier as head coach, a guy who just never really seemed to live up to the hype. He had some success at the University of Louisiana, but it didn't seem like he really knew the recruiting ground of Florida very well, which, given you're coaching at the University of Florida, seems like kind of an important thing. Not to mention there was that whole legal kerfuffle over the NIL lawsuit last year. I don't know if you remember that, like he had promised to transfer a guy a big NIL check and then didn't follow through on it. You know, to be honest, I'm kind of surprised he was there as long as he was. I know they had a big rally last year, and that kind of what saved his job, but other than that, there really wasn't too much to note with him. Elsewhere, Alabama continued their winning ways over Tennessee in the third Saturday in October battle. Georgia defeated Ole Miss, and Vanderbilt beat LSU. We'll get more into that later. And Arch Manning continues to disappoint at Texas. And probably the big one, Florida State lost their 4th in a row, and that means their coach, Mike Norvell, is expected to be fired. I mean, they've already let slip he's got this massive buyout too, so they're going to have to work something out there. And with that kind of means, a couple with Miami's loss, Georgia Tech is currently the best team in the ACC at this point. NFL-wise, I was correct in my prediction for the Vikings-Eagles game, which means the Vikings lost, and you all know what that means.
All hail Deathmate. 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 All hail Deathmate.
Elsewhere, the Broncos rallied to beat the Giants, pretty much squashing that turnaround. Jaden Daniels was injured as Dallas blew out Washington. The Dolphins and Jets continue to lose. And Tampa Bay and Detroit kind of turned into something of a blowout, sort of. It was 21-0 last time I had checked before writing that. So other than that, no noteworthy coaching firings just yet. So I guess we're still waiting on those. Until then, this week's games are Missouri taking on Vanderbilt, Colorado State taking on Wyoming, and South Florida taking on Memphis. Then on the NFL side, we have Buffalo taking on Carolina, Tennessee taking on Indianapolis, and Tampa Bay taking on New Orleans. Okay, we're going to get to those right after the break.
Stress tabs, high-potency formulas that concentrate on vitamins the body doesn't store. Some vitamins are stored in the body in substantial reserve, but most of the B and C group are not. This lack of reserve means the body's supply of B complex and C demands a good daily diet. Stress Tabs can help support your diet. Stress Tab 600, Stress Tab 600 with iron, and Stress Tab 600 with zinc. They concentrate on vitamins the body doesn't store. From Letterly Laboratories.
Dragon Ball Z. The struggle continues as the Earth's Super Saiyan defenders take to the air to destroy Earth's enemies. Goku flies into action on Skybike 341. Gohan is unstoppable on the Jet Bamonga. The Skybike could be in trouble, but Jet Bamonga's right on it. Cool. The saga continues. Vehicles sold separately with an exclusive figure from Irwin Toy.
Attention, Pokemon! Our last battles were a disaster. You rolled Puff, no Jiggly. So I brought in an expert. Whoa! I'm Ash.
It's ThinkShip Ash.
Let's have a battle.
Ash trains and battles with your Pokemon. He speaks over 100 phrases.
Cyndaquil, attack!
Interact with all your ThinkShip figures.
We won!
And boost their hit points for the Battle Stadium. ThinkShip Ash comes with everything shown here. Additional Pokemon figures and Battle Stadium sold separately.
Our first matchup is Missouri taking on Vanderbilt, and have your Lionel Richie jokes at the ready as the Commodores are coming off their biggest win of the season, which has catapulted them back in the college football playoff picture. The high-powered Vanderbilt offense has made its way through the very tough part of their schedule as in a 4-game stretch they're playing Alabama, LSU, Missouri, and Texas. And that offense is led by quarterback Diego Pavia and running back Shedrick Alexander, though Alexander is hurt and his status for this game is currently unknown. That being said, I think the major drawback with Vanderbilt is their defense does tend to give up a lot of points. And like I said, they are in the middle part of what is a very tough schedule stretch, so who knows where exactly that's going to turn out with. Then again, the Tigers of Missouri aren't exactly slouches in the college football playoff department either, as they only have one loss to Alabama this year, which is looking more and more better as the Tide keep winning. That being said, the Tigers did kind of struggle in the game against Auburn, only beating them by 6 points last week. The Tigers' offense is led by a two-tier running attack featuring Ahmed Hardy and Jamal Roberts. Quarterback Bo Perublia, apologies if I mispronounced that, does have a decent passing attack, with wide receivers Marcus Johnson, Sean Terry, and Kevin Coleman Jr. However, I think the Tigers' real power is in their defense, with linebacker Josiah Trotter and defensive end Darius Smith. Overall, I think the Tigers' defense is going to be key. If they can hold Vandy back just a little bit, they're going to have a real shot. But overall, I think the Commodores are just a little too powerful on offense. And I think Vanderbilt's going to pull this one out. It's going to be close, but I'm going to go with Vandy on this.
Rick tends to fade by the 7th inning. His toothpaste, long before. I am the Colgate Wisdom Tooth. So I know he needs Colgate Tartar Control. Colgate fights tartar buildup so well, his mouth will feel fresh and tingly, even into extra innings. So for lasting refreshment, try Colgate. Anything else is out. Colgate Tartar Control, the wise choice.
I just had the greatest idea. Let's spend the night in the fun house.
This better be good.
It's gonna be great.
Something is alive in the fun house. Something deadly. Something evil.
I don't know what that thing is.
Something that tonight will turn the fun house into a carnival of terror. The fun house, rated R, starts Friday at a theater near you.
It's Homer Simpson like you've never seen him before.
Holy macaroni! I'm so bulgy.
It's like he just disappeared into fat air.
When he crosses over into the third dimension.
I'm somewhere where I don't know where I am.
If you see towels, you're probably in the linen closet again.
Now it's up to Bart to save his 3D dad.
You have to jump!
The Simpsons.
The Simpsons Hour, tonight, starting at 7, 6 Central.
She here.
Our next matchup is the battle for the Golden Boot between Colorado State and Wyoming. Now, Colorado State also fired their coach, Jay Norvell, Mike Norvell's brother, after a 2-5 start, and yeah, this is their last season in the Mountain West Conference, so they have obviously not gotten off to anything close to a desirable campaign here. Right now, there's a quarterback competition going on between Brayton Fowler Nicolosi and Jackson Trousseau. They do have two pretty good tight ends in Rocky Beers and James Warren. Other than that, though, unfortunately, there's just not much else to say. Now, granted, the Cowboys of Wyoming are not exactly that much better at 3-4 this season. This is not the teams that Josh Allen led back in the past. Quarterback Peyton Anderson does have another couple good tight end weapons in Evan Svoboda and John Michael Gillenborg. Apologies if I mispronounced that last name. And of course, there's going to be some bad blood as these two are hated rivals, and Colorado is bolting to the Pac-12 while Wyoming is getting left behind in the Mountain West. So definitely going to be a very heated matchup. Could be entertaining, but overall, I think Wyoming's a better team here. Colorado State just isn't very good. Wyoming will win this one and get that boot.
Who's that creature running high? It's okay, he's on my side. It's my pet monster.
I am your monster friend. Let's wrestle.
He breaks his chains, he's pretty tough. Perfect friend for playing rough. It's my pet monster.
I'll protect you.
He's my buddy, he's the one for owls and owls of monster fun. It's my pet monster.
My Pet Monster from Toy Max.
We have a situation.
Spy Vision Scope's advanced LED spot lets you bring the truth to light.
Come on. Popcorn.
High-tech scope magnifies your powers of observation by a factor of 5.
Unauthorized parental snacking. Ice cream bars. Hand 'em over, Dad.
Spy Vision Scope. Wild Planet, where fun comes from.
When you think of all the things your eyes have to do every waking hour of every day, it's good to know the GE Soft White Light is easy on your eyes. It's a soft, warm, glowing light. The GE Soft White, a light so remarkable, it's sensitive to the needs of the human eye.
GE is light. We bring good things to life.
Our next matchup is South Florida taking on Memphis in a game that is causing a free-for-all in the American Conference. Early part of the season, South Florida looked dominant, and maybe they could actually sneak up, win the title, and get that Group of 5 college football playoff spot, only for them to suddenly be blown out by Miami, at which point it went to Tulane until they lost to Ole Miss, and then Memphis came up, and they had a couple of nice upset victories and seemed to be cruising to this. However, they just lost to UAB last week, and their interim coach, Kevin Mortensen, son of the late Chris Mortensen. Maybe they were looking ahead to this matchup, which would have helped solidify that positioning. Anyway, the Tigers are led by quarterback Brendan Lewis, running back Greg DeLillo Jr., and wide receiver Corey Braum Jr. They tend to put up a lot of big numbers on offense, but their defense plays just well enough and causes a lot of turnovers, but then they really didn't against UAB, did they? And that's kind of where they fell apart, and that's what raised a lot of questions right now going into this. Now, USF did have a bye week last week, but the Bulls are coming off a really big victory over North Texas, knocking them from the undefeated ranks and roaring back into this American Conference picture. You still have Byron Brown leading a very high-powered offense, and you know what? If you were playing in a bigger conference, I think you'd be a leading Heisman candidate right now. I think that the Bulls do have a major flaw is that their defense did give up 36 points to the Mean Green, and I do think that's raising a lot of questions. The Tigers are going to be angry and looking to get back into this college football playoff pictures, but the Bulls may actually have more of the momentum even after the bye week. So I think USF is the better team here. I'm going to go with South Florida to win this. I have a bit of a hunch on that one. I think USF is just the better team.
Halloween's coming. What are you going to do about it?
Whether you do a little or a lot, be an original this Halloween and find yourself at Hallmark.
Hallmark has a way.
And at participating Hallmark stores, get your hands on the Spooky Sounds tape, full of creepy sounds and Halloween theme songs. $1.95 with any $5 Hallmark purchase. Only at participating Hallmark stores. It's a scream.
Their names are written in the stars.
Devas.
What are the Devas?
In the Sanskrit writings, there's an ancient legend about a band of powerful spirits, the Devas.
They've entered our world. Mihiramon was just the first.
Don't tell me, and we're the only ones who can stop them.
There's never a dull day around here.
What are they?
A lion? A snake? The Chinese zodiac? Why are they coming after us?
Don't they have anything better to do?
A new challenge in a new 90-minute special.
You kids have no idea what you're up against.
Oh, boy.
Allow me to show you what a Digimon of true power can do.
I have a really bad feeling about this.
We're the Tamers. It's up to us to stop them all.
So be it. Prepare to meet your doom.
To battle! Stand together! Digimon Saga of the Devas. The adventure begins with an all-new 90-minute special. Next Saturday morning, starting at 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central and Pacific on Fox Kids.
Moving on to the NFL, we have the Buffalo Bills taking on the Carolina Panthers, and yeah, I have no idea what's going on with the Bills this season. Outside of James Cook, this team is really not playing well. I mean, yeah, everyone was really high on them when they beat Baltimore, but even then, that was a game they struggled in and should have really lost if it wasn't for a couple of turnovers late. However, they managed to seem to pick things back up a little bit, only to then suddenly struggle against the Saints, and then lose back-to-back games to the Patriots and Falcons. The defense is really struggling. Josh Allen has been hit and miss on offense. Like I said, I think their only real exception has been James Cook, who's been running the ball really well. I think the fact that the offense doesn't have a wide receiver threat has really come to the forefront again. And again, the defense has just not really lived up to expectations. Now, it does seem like the last few years Buffalo has had these kind of mid-season swoons a little bit, but this one's just kind of started to hit a little bit different. Especially if Buffalo wants to really keep in track with Kansas City, who seems to be coming into form at just the right time. Now, conversely, the Carolina Panthers have actually been playing really well. They're over 500 for the first time in like 4 years. Rico Dowdle has become a true offensive weapon, both the ground and pass game. Wide receivers, Teddy McMillan and Xavier Legette are improving. And the defense is average at best. Yeah, I think that's their big struggle right there. Well, like I said, Carolina is playing better. I do expect them to give Buffalo a good game given the way they've been playing, but Buffalo really needs the win. They need to keep it in the AFC race right now. The Chiefs, like I said, are coming into form. The Panthers are a very good team and I think can give the Bills a bit of a threat, but the Bills are still a little bit better. They should win. I don't think this is going to be a blowout. It's going to be, it's going to be close, but yeah, I can't really go out on a branch and say Carolina's going to win this. I think Buffalo needs the win here.
When the deluxe Quantosaurus Rex Megazord travels through time, you know evil is out of control.
More!
But thanks to its awesome accuracy
Rapid fire!
and quantum strength, evil found itself out of time. When you're one of the most massive things, past, present, or future, you don't worry about enemies.
New Deluxe Quantosaurus Rex Megazord. Other figures sold separately, batteries not included. From Bandai.
Whoa!
Made you smile.
The funniest clown around is back in a new video, now appearing at a McDonald's near you. It's Halftime Will Travel, starring Ronald McDonald and friends. There's magic, action, and disco.
Let's get down.
The fun's just begun.
G.I. Joe double duty. We're storming the missile base. Here's the plan.
Joe, fighting men from head to toe. Go, Joe.
Tiger Hawk, you fly the target. Switch to rocket launcher.
Change G.I. Joe double duty from jetpack mode to rocket launcher mode. A real American hero. G.I. Joe, Joe.
Fire! The rest of the mission is up to you guys. Let's do it.
Go Joe! Double the gear, double the excitement. G.I. Joe Double Duty. Each sold separately. Go Joe!
Our next matchup is the Tennessee Titans taking on the Indianapolis Colts, and the Titans are entering their second game under interim coach Mike McCoy. They did play a little bit better in the first half against New England. A little bit better. I mean, they still got blown out, but again, throughout most of the first half, the game was still pretty close. But again, I think right now the Titans just need to admit their team is not very good. They're probably not going to win a game the rest of the season, and they should really just run the ball and take some of the weight off of Cam Ward's shoulders so he doesn't get beaten into a gelatinous blob. I mean, like, right now, I hesitate to say tank, but just go for that number one pick and then use that to get some trade value and some draft capital for a massive rebuild, because that's really the only way you're going to right things around here. Now, the Colts are still flying high after a big win over the Chargers. Daniel Jones is still an improvement at quarterback, and Jonathan Taylor is still running the ball really well, and the defense is keeping opponents in check. Yeah, there's really not much to say here, so I'm not really going to go out on a limb. The Colts are good, the Titans aren't. The Colts will probably win this one big like they did in Tennessee.
You don't really know much about Halloween witchcraft. The last great one took place 3,000 years ago when the hills ran red. Halloween, the dead might be looking in. Stop it! The world's going to change tonight, Doctor. Happy Halloween.
Halloween 3. Season of the Witch. The night no one comes home. Rated R.
Starts Friday.
Carving your own Halloween pumpkin can be a lot of fun for grown-ups.
Hey kids, isn't this fun?
But with a pumpkin cutter, children of all ages can easily design and carve their own Halloween pumpkins in complete safety. The pumpkin cutter is simple and safe to use. There are no sharp edges, yet it quickly cuts through all pumpkins smoothly. Any child can learn to use the pumpkin cutter the very first time. Make this Halloween extra special with the pumpkin cutter.
Available at Pathmark, Genovese, and Rickles Home Centers.
There's goblins, there's ghouls, there's pirates about. Halloween's coming, the trick-or-treaters are out. But look at that witch on Halloween night. She's the first one with a blinking pumpkin light. Pumpkin light flashes so everyone knows she is near. Pumpkin light makes Halloween safer and scarier this year. And pumpkin light safer for a spooky pumpkin too. Just pop it right in and watch your pumpkin go boo.
Pumpkin light is available at Osco, Purity Supreme, Spags, and Leewards.
Our final matchup is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the New Orleans Saints. And yeah, I don't know why I've covered the Saints so much this year. I think it's just more like I haven't talked about some of those teams and they just happen to be playing the Saints, and that's the best opportunity to do them, as I can't necessarily talk about... I sort of have this unwritten rule of not trying to cover a team in consecutive weeks until at least the playoffs, or at least until it's absolutely 100% necessary. So I think that's kind of why this happened, and it's also the reason why I covered the Titans-Colts game, because I wanted to talk about the Colts again, and this was the best opportunity. Anyway, Tampa Bay seems to be getting hit with the injuries at just the wrong time. They had their big loss to the Lions, where Mike Evans finally came back, only to appear to break his clavicle, and so now he's probably out for the rest of the season. Likewise, Emeka Egbuka and Bucky Irving are banged up. On the bright spot, the Buccaneers' defense is still playing pretty well. It's the one thing that kept that Detroit game from getting really, really out of hand. And, of course, on offense, Baker Mayfield seems to make magic out of nothing. As for the Saints, well, they've been in a lot of close games. They're not a good team, but it's not because they're playing bad football. They're actually playing really good football. They've hung with the 49ers, the Bills. Obviously, they beat the Giants, and then last week they hung with the Patriots for a long time. Or no, it was a couple weeks ago. They played the Patriots. Yeah, they've played very well in these last few weeks. Alvin Kamara, Chris Olave, Rashad Sheehy are all playing very well. I think their big flaw is that their defense is way too unpredictable. And defense is probably going to wind up carrying this game. The Bucs are playing a better team. They're the better team. They're playing better football, even though they're banged up. I think Tampa Bay is going to win this one. So, yeah, the Buccaneers will win. Okay, we'll wrap things up after the break.
the ultimate sensation of visual art, now creates the first new 3D horror film of the 80s, Parasite. Parasite, the first futuristic monster movie in 3D. Parasite, rated R.
Starts next Friday at a theater near you. Check newspapers.
This Halloween Wednesday, before you go trick-or-treating, first stay for some spooky shows on Fox Kids, where Montcoli Knights are up against giant bugs and a scary thug.
Stay out our way, you reject from a Halloween party!
And on Metabots, you can't hide from this ghoulish guy. Hey, still need a costume? The Ribbon Friends will show you some, like a rooster who can serve them sunny side up. And it's the ghost! On Digimon, creepy things take over television, so get into the haunting mood. This Halloween Wednesday afternoon starting at 2, only on Fox Kids.
This November, the first step in the final journey through time. Power Rangers Time Force, the 3-part season finale, begins all new next Saturday, 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central and Pacific.
Okay, so to wrap things up, I like Vanderbilt over Missouri, Wyoming over Colorado State, and South Florida over Memphis. Then on the NFL side, I like Buffalo over Carolina, Indianapolis over Tennessee, and Tampa Bay over New Orleans. Alright, the lineup we're covering for next week's games is Florida International versus Missouri State, Arizona State versus Iowa State, and Penn State versus Ohio State. Then on the NFL side, we have Atlanta taking on New England, San Francisco taking on the New York Giants, and Seattle taking on Washington. I tried to save time with the game captures by doing 2 weeks at once, and it didn't really seem to work. Anyway, after next week's prediction video, the next video after that is going to be the random trade review on Fence Volume 1. See you all next time. Hey guys, remember that you can support my work at patreon.com/sleepytimeforcat productions, or just click the link in the description. Also, remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so that you can be made aware of further videos.